Thank you. Please, let's be seated. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me first appreciate again every of our speakers who have responded to be with us and add value to this conference and to all participants, beginning with the keynote speaker, the immediate past president of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Brenda. Thank you for coming. And all our lead speakers, both those who have left and those who are still here with us. My colleagues from South Africa, thank you for coming. And all the speakers who are here, Dr. Adebisi, Dr. Parison, thank you all for coming. The chairperson of this conference, maybe not on seat now, deeply appreciated for all your in-depth thoughts that you have brought forth to make this conference be what it is now. Thank you all. And for all participants, thank you for making time to be here. We are in a lifelong discourse. Changes are not for a season. Changes are for life. As long as we keep living, we keep changing. And we can't change without fresh information, fresh insight. Those are the stimulants for changes. Africa shall be saved. Africa shall be saved. We shall not remain a byword and a proverb. Africa shall be recovered. Africa shall be recovered. This afternoon, I have the opportunity of presenting this last bit of my thoughts. It's captioned an agenda for an African renaissance beyond rhetorics to the emergence of new leadership paradigms for Africa. One thing I love about academics is they always generate winding topics so that even when they are not speaking to it, you are forced to align. I've never seen an academic subject that is straightforward. It will always go this way and go that way and put you in a place where you have to determine where to go. By way of introduction, at no other time in the history of the African is the issue of the restoration of Africa more urgent than now. What better time can we be urgent on recovery except at the time where recovery seems irrecoverable? That was it's part of the content of my first matriculation speech of this university in 2003. And I think it's more urgent now. Albert Einstein said, to create the future, we will need a huge shift in thinking, values, and action. We can't create a future doing the same thing the same way all over again and again. A huge shift in thinking, values, and actions. Our condition may seem like worsening the more we have sought occasion to express our misfortune. One can be responsible for this widening of a gap that is supposed to be closing. The gap seems to be widening wider and wider. John Kennedy of America also said, we live in an age of movement and change, both evolutionary and revolutionary, both good and evil. And in such a case, the university has an obligation to hold fast to the best of the past and move fast with the best of the future. And that's what we are trying to do. Not everything about us is bad. Let's identify the good, hold them dear and precious, and let's move away from a closed culture. In a global world, everything is being globalized. We can't be left out. Whether you sign up or not, you are in it. The world trade is there. You can't say you are not interested. So it's important for us to appreciate that fact that while there are things that are beneficial, profitable, valuable in our own culture, in our own past, there are things that the future demands that we must continue to respond to, and the university provides a platform for such free discourse so we can find a way forward. Somebody may ask, is it in us or in our stars? As writers of old will say, is it a matter of our approach, strategy, operational laxity, or is it definitional problem? There are problems. There are problems, and they are real problems. They are not abstract. They are real problems. And problems will never solve themselves. So like somebody with cancer waiting to be free from it, you take some steps to secure your liberty. You don't wait to pass an exam, you prepare to pass an exam. Thomas, one of those great American presidents, Thomas Jefferson, said, every generation needs a new revolution. How true that is for us as a people. We need a new way of thinking to arrive at a better future that we dream of. Otherwise, one American writer said, to keep doing the same thing the same way and expect a different result is another definition of insanity. So there are things we must start to do to secure the future of our dream. It's not just about reaction against the unwanted. It's about generating solutions on the way out of them. Protests won't do much now. No. We need to become solution-providing people. People that know, okay, this is not the way it should be done. This is how I think it should be done. Let's discuss. Ideas rule the world. Every empire is built on ideas. It is great ideas that build great nations, corporations, and etc. Great ideas. Even churches require great ideas to be built and sustain. Great ideas. Ideas will rule the world, and if the black man shall gain his place in space, he must be a generator of solution-providing ideas. We are talking about paradigm shifts. We are shifting. We must shift. We have no choice but shift. In the word of one, Ayn Rand said, wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. Amazing opportunities wasting away because of lack of adequate capacity to think our way through. The Bible says Isaac went to the field to meditate there. We need to get some time cut out to think through. We talk great, sir. Africans, powerful orators, great writers. But we need great thinkers. Wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. We are not suffering because of lack of resources. to create wealth. We are suffering because there is not enough insight to process the raw materials around us into living products. At the root of every gain is the use of the brain. The poverty of the black man is the evidence of unused mental capacity. We must get back to it. I'm bothered because I've tried to explore a few things about our forefathers. They didn't go to school, but they built such empires, maintained their territorial integrity, invented their own weapons, discovered their own edibles and non-edible food materials. It's not the white man who got that for us. I mean, because they wouldn't have met anybody here if they were waiting for them.